Morning, beautiful people. It's been a little while since I've sat with you and shared a video. I've just been trying to feel my way into the space with YouTube, what I was going to do with the videos going forward. So I always try to add value with what we do, stir up some thought. And this morning, going for a walk, everything's kind of falling into place with the direction, with how I want to deliver those videos, these videos. So here we are. So some of you may remember some time ago I was gifted the most incredible. Just seen, I don't know what that was. It's like a feather. See that? Beautiful. There you go. There's a lovely sign. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wonderful. Those things never cease to surprise me. So some time ago, thank you. Some time ago, I received. Some of you remember, I received a beautiful shield marking my 50th. And the story within that shield was the story of my ancestry, and also knew when I looked at it that it was this medicine story of our times, and I knew that within a little bit of time that shield would start to speak to me. And one either new moon or full moon, as I was lighting the candles on the altar that is kind of dedicated to our workings and journeys, for our family, for the clan and kin and the community around us. I was lighting those candles and I sat down, and I've got this beautiful, beautiful chair that was gifted to me also, that is over 200 years old, and it's a Western style rocker made from a weaving loom. You know, and a lot of the language that spirit seemed to draw through me talks about kind of weaving things into being. So that chair is very apt, and I sat there within this chair, and I closed my eyes. The candles were lit. I was burning some herbs, and I could feel myself drop through the liminal, drop between the cracks in the worlds. Very shamanic, the way that I seem to fall through those spaces. And as I kind of opened my eyes, I got a sense of presences around me, and I could feel the shield begin to kind of almost spiral, and the characters within the shield begin to spiral out of the shield. And I knew that they were, in time, they were going to start talking to me. So, reminder of the shield, beautiful, stunning shield. And it is the story of our ancestry, and also the medicine stories of our time. You know, I really do believe that we're moving into a cycle of time that is one of return. If we kind of look out into the world, you know, what is it that we see? And in amongst all of that, I feel this cycle of return, which is, you know, these kind of characters, these presences, these wise teachers that showed themselves, that spun out of the shield, gave me a sense of this is a cycle of return, of harmony. The divine feminine and the divine masculine once again being in harmony, and in turn to do so, that cycle of return, the part of the process of that is dissolving. It's fragmentation, and it's breaking down all that no longer works. And I think as we look out into the world, we can see that in a large way. We can see it localized, we can see it nationally, we can see it country by country, we can see it globally. All of that no longer works is breaking down. And I do believe that, you know, that is, you know, kind of a very unnerving process for many people. You know, what they're seeing, what they're feeling, they're not kind of recognizing. You know, there's this sense of returning to normal, but nothing feels normal. So there's this sense of disorientation. But that's a part of the process of what no longer is working is breaking down. You know, Spirit said the other day, you know, it's not that it's getting worse, it's more that more is being revealed, more is being shown, more is becoming transparent, more is being seen. And I think that's a really good point. And it does, you know, in time it will give birth to what is wholesome, what is sustaining. You know, all things seek balance. It's the natural order of things. All the chaos we see in the world is the symptoms of a sick world. If the world is sick, how can we truly be healthy? The two strands together are tied. You know, they're interconnected, are they not? You know, for us to be healthy, the world around us needs to be healthy. If the world around us is not healthy, how can we be healthy? The two are intrinsically tied and woven together, are they not? It's an essential process of healing. You know, it will either heal, die, transform, and be reborn. You know, I don't believe that the planet will never be here. You know, I believe the planet will be here. You know, it will turn itself inside out to heal if required and needed. It's just how we fit into all of that. You know, to move from harm to healing, it's going to take strong hearts and an iron will. You know, that medicine shield that sits on our family's altar, it is whispering. You know, there is this real sense that, you know, for how many hundreds of years have we moved away from the divine feminine, and the land beneath our feet is a part of that. You know, we moved into a sense of force. Everything become forced, everything become hard, it become harsh. And I do believe that, you know, we without a doubt we need resilience, but yet we need heart. It is the divine feminine and the divine masculine. You know, it is the solar and the lunar, the sun and the moon, the male and the female. You know, it's that sense of harmonization, and without a doubt we have fallen away from that. We have come so out of balance, and right now everything's kind of seeking balance, and in the process it's dissolving what no longer works, what no longer is real, what no longer is authentic. You know, it's for us to move from harm to healing, and that's something that Spirit have been talking about for some time. It's going to take strong hearts, it's going to take iron will. This shield, you know, it does, it tells the medicine story of our times. There's so much story within this shield. The swans there at the bottom. And above all else, it's going to take radical responsibility, radical truth, and radical compassion. All those things together, working together. You know, and you might think, well, what do I do in amongst all of this? I think the key is to really know who you are, what makes you tick, what is really, really important to you, what is really kind of innately calling you from deep inside, and then trying to look at how you can continue to express that, how can you move towards it, how can you live that? You know, and that's that sense of radical responsibility, you know, is what can I do to enhance my world and the world around me? Radical truth, you know, it's that sense of meeting yourself with deep truth, knowing who you are, and what you're about. I remember sensing this presence around me a few years back and just really kind of feeling that it was new and I didn't recognise it before. And I remember kind of turning to her, and I knew it was a female guide, and just in the coming weeks I've got more clarity about that. But this was a few years back, and I simply said to her, you know, who are you and what are you about? Some of you will know this story. And she just simply replied very fast, very quick, which is always a sure sign of spirit talking to you. It was very quick, very fast to reply. Is Shane, who are you and what are you about? And that put me on a journey, you know, that then spent, you know, I spent the next couple of years really exploring that. And I think, you know, that's what these times, knowing who we are, what we're about, and finding that deep resilience, that deep heart, that deep grit, that deep backbone, you know, strong hearts and iron will. Going to leave that with you. My intention is for these videos to no longer be more than 13 minutes, sometimes around 6 and 8. So bite sizes of information, consistently sharing them as we go forwards. I now feel we've got the direction and the clarity and the intention given from Spirit. So it's a green light to move forwards. Leave that with you. As always, a heartfelt pleasure. Keep shining.